echoes in the gym. Every punch thrown a battle from within. They see the glory, don't know the grind. Leave the weakness, leave it all behind. Let's go! Again! Harder!
Some fighters rely on power. Others rely on skill. Frank Shamrock relied on evolution. Born December 8th, 1972 in Santa Monica, California, Frank didn't grow up in structure. He grew up in chaos. A childhood filled with instability, foster homes, and time in juvenile detention. No direction, no foundation, just survival. A path that could have ended early. But then, everything changed. While living in a group home for troubled youth, Frank met a man who would alter the course of his life forever. King Shamrock. Not just a fighter, but a mentor, a presence, someone who saw potential where others saw problems. Ken introduced Frank to a new world, the Lion's Den, a place where weakness was exposed and strength was earned. But this wasn't just about fighting. This was about structure, discipline, accountability. For the first time ever, Frank had rules. And more importantly, he had belief. Ken didn't just train him, he took him in. Not just a teammate, a brother. Frank became part of the Shamrock family, living under the same roof and training side by side, learning what it meant to earn everything. The Lion's Den was brutal. No shortcuts, no sympathy, just hard training and even harder lessons. But for Frank, it was exactly what he needed. Because for the first time, he wasn't just surviving, he was building something. And that foundation changed everything. Frank Shamrock wasn't just learning how to fight, he was learning how to think. At a time when most fighters focused on one discipline, Frank studied everything: wrestling, submissions, striking, conditioning. He became something rare, a complete fighter, before that even existed. He entered the UFC when the sport itself was still evolving. No blueprint, no system, just figuring it out in real time. But Frank was already ahead. September 25th, 1999, UFC 22 against Tito Ortiz, a rising force, powerful, relentless. But Frank had something different: strategy. Round after round, he broke Ortiz down, not with chaos, but with control, cardio, precision, and pressure, until the finish. Frank Shamrock became UFC light heavyweight champion. But greatness isn't just winning once, it's dominance. December 17th, 1999, UFC 24 against Igor Zinoviev. A devastating slam, another statement. 4 title defenses, but it wasn't just the wins, it was how he won. Speed, technique, endurance. A fighter who could do everything before anyone else caught up. At the peak of his career, he did something no one expected. He walked away, retired, as champion, because in his words, there was no one left. Years later, he returned. June 22nd, 2007, Strikeforce, Shamrock versus Baroni. Different era, different fighters, same Frank. Submission victory. Proof that evolution doesn't fade. Frank Shamrock wasn't built on noise, hype. He was built to be ahead of his time. He helped build the blueprint for modern MMA. Not just a champion, a pioneer. Every legend has a story, and every king leaves a legacy. This is Ring King Chronicles. Who should enter the ring next? Let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe for more.
Champion forever.